Hey, your boy been campaigning for Griselda to sign Shay Noir for a minute, but this'll do. I will take this. You know, I know she signed the trust, but look, just offer Armani Caesar 2 first-round draft picks and see what happened. But yeah, Shay got that aggressive, menacing delivery, and she can punch your head off. So it seemed to me like pairing her up with a grimy producer is a perfect pairing. And here we are. Big Ghost got that boom bap style with those dark, sinister samples. Like samples be sounding like theme music to a dude chopping up his whole family. That type of sinister. I don't see how this would not be good, but we finna find out. Let's get to it.
Female, see, not necessarily.
Oh, I really want her to rap over this.
Female, but, you know,
this is a hard beat.
Okay.
But like my favorite female rappers is like Foxy Brown, Rhapsody.
That's a tough beat. It had that mix of a spooky sound and a smooth sound because it had those horns and pianos, but the pacing of it felt sinister. I don't really care about nothing they was talking about in the little skit, to be 100% honest with you. Just rap. I don't really care if you male or female. This is Resilient.
Yeah, I sit from bar stools in Miami. If you ain't felt the pain I felt, it's hard to understand me. Because Jawan got killed, it's hard losing your family. I was so young, I still had cartoons on my panties, yeah.
Right out the gate, her flow is so laid back, it don't even sound like she's hitting you with nothing crazy. But this is a 6-syllable rhyme scheme. Hard losing your family, cartoons on my panties. So she's talking to, even though it ain't rapid fire, the lyricism's there.
Meetings on expand and make a flip from my iPhone. Either you get rich or die broke, preaching about wise quotes, yeah. Me and Grudges was close friends till I realized it's not your money decision. Separates the bosses from bums. Hated bodies, broke woke niggas, I make them lose sleep. Cause they can't draw a comparison, so they trace on loose feet. On his hip, it's a pistol there. Ain't nothing worse than a bougie bitch who ain't never been nowhere. You bitches ain't got shit on me, and it's crystal clear. Begging for views from a post, still don't get no share.
Yo, given how that intro sound, this is not what I was expecting for the first beat at all. But I rocked with it. It sounded like Big Ghost is playing in Shay Noir's world. Cause Shay Noir and like all the rappers on Trust, they are like addicted to these violins, outdated violins. So Big Ghost chose this sample with the violins on. I think it had reverb on it too. And he like picked a sample that didn't sound like we were in the early 2000s. Shay had this methodical pace on the first verse. I think the lyricism was there, but the pace in which she was rapping, you really had to hang on to every single word. And she was talking real talk, everything revolving around the resilience theme of the song. Second verse, she picked up the pace. She played with a little bit more internal rapping, with Steel talking on it too. I prefer that second verse slightly, and I think this was a solid song. This is Sleep Paralysis.
Miss Noir, yeah, you see the big cars. We never thought this rap would ever lead us this far. Spitting truth on the beat for the youth in the street. Went from bikes on my...
Maybe I didn't like that last beat as much as I said I did, because this gave me a whole different feeling.
Got sis on the shit, hot wrist full of chips. Try to line up for the shine up and got blitzed on the strip. Before the needle
like
in the wax, I put the heater to
rhyming.
your hat. Them niggas made it out the hood, try to leave us in the trap. Snakes on the plane, and it's jinx on the train. Squeeze the mist
Street
out
talk
the pistol,
crazy.
go straight to your brain. It's the...
Ended it with a 6-syllable. Ugh.
Pay attention to your wins, but loses the good part. Gave you a chapter out of my life, and my jewels is a bookmark. I hate interviews, I hate all these questions, bitch, I ain't private. Life's a hard pill to swallow, shit threw me off my diet.
Threw me off my diet, hard pill to swallow the diet pills. I like that wordplay.
Had a talent, but couldn't see the cash from it. Awake, but was still chasing dreams. That's sleep paralysis.
I don't know what it is, but when you say the name of the song in the very last bar, that always go hard. Like the song Draymond by Westside Gun or Broken Bottles by Benny. So that make that Sleep Paralysis bar to end the song even harder. Flea Lord went off, man. He was rapping like this beat was his theme music. He sounded real comfortable. His verse was grimy. I like the rhyme schemes from him. I think he had the better verse on the song. Shay had a pretty good verse. She's delivering content with every bar because every bar has meaning to it. So taking nothing away from her, I just think Flea Lord's delivery and aggression was perfect for this beat. This is Quiet Moves. Man, this is showing maturity as a producer, in my opinion, when you can adapt to the rapper that you're producing for. Like, Shay really loves violins, and when she produce them, it don't be sounding that good. I ain't gonna hold you. But Big Ghost is crate digging and picking these samples that have violins but still match this aesthetic that's true to him.
The niggas that y'all hype, I feel like they don't rap that nice. Trash back rhymes. Nah, nigga, pass that mic. And if you clap once at me, then I'ma clap back twice. And watch your body on the news as I relax at night. It's time My aura hard to read, like it's chicken scratched. I'm better with skills. My people fed up for real.
Pretty good line.
History of a system that left us set up and killed. They want to see us fail, it never was fair. Blacks on one side and whites on the other, that's Cruella de Vil. I always knew the hardest ones be the best wolves.
That's tough. What she on, 101 Dalmatians?
The power of moving silent and keeping a secret. Cause even the quiet dummy could sing like a genius. I've been talented since my birth, I was deep
Ran
as
in 5 syllables.
I was powerful with my words, could turn demons to Jesus.
Yeah, that's the best rhyme scheme on the song. I like that one. I think the beat was tough. I think that was a good sample, and then the drums sounded great. I think Shay had a good verse. I think she's leaving a little bit in the tank, and if you ain't heard Shay before, you like, nigga, she was snapping. But on her standards, I think the rapping is good, but normally she could throw a few more punches in there, get a little bit more crafty with the rhyming, or she could throw a little bit of storytelling in there. So it's good. I just want her to wrap up to that as God intended level, given how good these beats are. But she had that Cruella line, which was fire. The chicken scratch line was pretty good. And she'll flash some intricate rhyme schemes, so I do rock with it. This is Veracruz.
I'm moving outside the lines like children who color. I paint scriptures and idle minds. Repent to recover. She spent, I say, a lot of time to prove she was others. So much truth as they idolize. But if you look under the L's, these would be sodomized. Cause shit be so ass, I say, fuck it a lot of times.
Yo, Love got a fire flow. And what she's doing is really technical too, because this is from like that Kendrick Lamar and Andre 3000 school of rapping, where like not only will you have a rhyme scheme, but the rhymes hit on the same part of each line, and you're also emphasizing the same syllables on that rhyme scheme. So she's changing the rhyme scheme at the end of her bar, but she has this compromised internal rhyme scheme that's hitting on the same part of every single line, and it's giving her bars this like swingy type flow. It sounds really good.
I'm a lie, don't shoot for the chest. They Adam's apple get caramelized. And I should confess, I got them back, but that's karma crimes. If not for the checklist in 06,
Come on, man.
Texas. Next is kill more niggas than Texas. My shooter got way more hits than a set list.
2-syllable rapid fire. You got more hits than a set list. That's fire.
It's more power when you're silent with your movements. Fuck the lies and excuses, be the guidance and influence. My soldiers carry long sticks, remind me of a poo stick. Them little sticks I carry shit remind me of a toothpick. Fuck is cheap, what was taught to me.
Yo, that opening rhyme scheme is hard. They're rapping.
To eat. You can see the scars, but the pain is always hard to see. Big money shit, cause he thought it was free for him. Money talks, that's why I gotta charge it to speak to him.
That song is tough. Bar for bar, that's the best rapper on the album in my opinion. Love the Genius went off. Dog, her flows are really special. She barred in there too. That opening rhyme scheme was different, dog. I already went into that, and then she just spazzed at the end of her verse. She got slightly out-rapped in my opinion, but I think she still held her own. She had them IG caption bars. The money talk, that's why I gotta charge you to talk to you. And she said something like, you can see the scars, but you can't see the pain. I think the rapping was definitely the main star of the show. I like the beat. It wasn't the best one of the album, but it's a pretty smooth guitar sample. This is Caps Lock.
Who the fuck you think that you talking to? I put a hole in you big enough the size of a midget can walk into. Don't get me twisted with.
Hey, I hate to say it because nigga was straight floating in them opening lines, but midget bars and rap, I don't think I heard one hit yet. If somebody spit a good midget line, let me know.
Any disrespect from any one of these rap cats, I'm stomping niggas straight up. These rappers is bred phony. Quick to push it on their moms, talking about I put that on dead homies. I'm not motherfucking with.
Man, and God, cause dudes been put so many lies on God, some of y'all finna get struck.
International smashing for cash, building my company. Shady war, this what we plan for. Generational wealth, bombing on these squares and land lost. This anti-struggle rap. Wintertime grinding, peep the lumberjack. Carhartt flannels, we serving thunder packs.
Young and black, twist his head off his shoulders, then spun it back. Shay Noir, the best rapper breathing, nigga. That's just a fact. I was still in heaven when God, when I said I wanted rap, wasn't conceived yet. My pops is still watching Thundercats. Trade your soul for money, so now you feeling trapped. Enough niggas selling their souls that they could build an app. Most snakes ain't visible.
Hey, that sell they souls line is fire. She talking about a sneaker flipping app. That's hard.
Never had a handout, had to earn every dime. I let my actions speak for me, got the words of a mind. Food for thought, never serving swine. Healthy eater, so my cabinet's filled with herbs and spice. Look,
how does herbs and spices make food healthier?
Thinking people gon' have your back can only hurt your spine. Fact.
been an impressive set of features. I had to climb Planet Asia for that midget line, but other than that nigga was floating. Dope lyricism, smooth flow, and then Shay subtly picked up on his flow. She started her verse with the same flow that he ended his verse. It made it for like a smooth transition into her verse. She had another pretty good verse. These aren't the greatest Shay Noir verses I've ever heard. I know she can punch a little bit more, but they're solid. I think the flaw with it though is she's getting outshined by some of these guest verses. I think her and Planet Asia's verses were neck and neck, but if you got Planet Asia's verse over hers, that's 3 for 3 for the features outshining. I don't mind that for some rappers. I think Shay's just too talented for that. Is that nitpicky? Maybe, but hey, I ain't tell her to be that great of a rapper. She did it to herself. This is Low Altitude.
Took some years for me to know I was the best. Thought I needed plaques and hit records for some success. Couldn't see my talent. I had to grind with no help. Then got fans and critics saying I don't write for myself. Damn, they don't know.
Not only do I think she write for herself, I think she writing for some of these other female rappers. Honey Caesar.
But now I'm back for more, getting cash is tour. Shit, I couldn't ask for more.
Just ask for more round scheme is tough.
Bugging next to me for cash. It ain't about if you really got it. It's all about what they think you have. I had to watch these niggas eat. They try to feed me scraps. Now I'm toasted with champagne. I gotta drink a glass.
See, that verse was a little bit more vivid than her other verses. I think she's had the same level of meaning and content from start to finish with her verses. But the descriptiveness really just put me in her shoes, and then it doesn't hurt that she got the punches like stood against the wall till her back hurt.
But amongst a crowd of people, shit, I still feel alone. Took my heart off my sleeves, hid my wallet from fiends. Only time I find some peace, closing my eyes for some sleep. Goals accomplished, met my promise, got a college degree. But the knowledge that I gained was straight from out of the street. All we pray for is a comfortable life. Liquor and pain made us numb to this life. Lift it up to the sky.
Oh, I think that's the best song here is between that and Sleep Paralysis. Yeah, when I was being nitpicky, it was because this is like the caliber of rapping that she's capable of. Like the vivid depictions of pain, loneliness. And then I don't know if y'all caught that subtle theme of she was saying all this while like raising a toast. So it was, she's celebrating success, but she's feeling this conflicted thoughts in the middle of it. Super textured sample from Big Ghost. I like the guitar on it the most. That's just a great song. This is Brilliance.
Brilliant minds think alike, but we be the minority. Shit is one and one like Lincoln Shay Noir with me. Takes one to understand one, on it accordingly. We box out, haymakers in circles if we call it J's. Cool guy.
The little boxing scheme is tough.
Mall and get the room high, but raised off of tapes with CNN was shouting 2-5 like from Iraq took away. What? But shit, I'm from the money out the cleanest shit. Whether Ace or AZ, took the shit I need from them. Tunnel vision in HD. Neighbors played it safely by never keeping nothing on safety, and then became the greatest on a breakbeat.
That last like 6 lines, including that CNN line, had this 90s rap theme.
Clouds and get my rap phenomenon on. Play hard like Dame Lillard. Rapper / ghost penner / gorilla / illest turn illa.
Nah, that verse is different. This nigga's pen is on another level. If I'm not mistaken, every single line on that verse had some kind of wordplay or scheme that involved a rap reference. So he mentioned Shay Noir the Star. He had an AZ line. He was talking about break beats. He was talking about the self-rapping at the end, the CNN line.
Radical thinker, go blind, trying to read my mind. Niggas hear my verse and they be surprised that shit is nice. From the ones who felt the bottom, only time that I seek advice.
Yo, this is a
got
dope
a devil
cadence.
on my shoulder disguised as Jesus Christ.
The way she's stressing those syllables at the end.
And give you silver. Money you didn't earn be the worst kind of cash. They hit the block and study rocks like it's an earth science class. Nigga,
I love that
lane
line.
I chose like the Game of Thrones. I kill rappers, bury bodies, now I'm waving bones.
Ooh, that song, if it ain't better than Low Altitude, it's up there with it. Skyzoo, I don't know what this nigga's on. He's coming off of what is currently my album of the year. And that nigga laid down the sick verse. I already got into the rapping theme of it. The lyricism, rhyme schemes, that was elite as well. Shay's verse was fire. Dope delivery, including the cadence that she got into. That Earth Science line was fire. And then those smooth keys on the beat, the boom bap drums that were a little bit understated, kind of subtle. I think it played into the sample nicely. Let's close this thing out with Bad Apples.
Having visions of pistols blazing the Wild West, whiskey drinking and foul breath. 10 paces and blow your friends' faces all on that gal's dress. Quick draw ransom is what they call them.
God
your
dang.
boys in a bar drinking. I grip 4 handguns before you call them. Get turned into tumbleweeds when these vermin get under siege.
No, this nigga is fast, and all gun bars that everything has this Wild West theme. The 10 paces, tumbleweeds line, and then the rhyme schemes was crazy.
8 of the baddest apple blades in the tabernacle. tackle. Had to ask you, not a question. Put dents in your Adam's apple.
This Adam's apple
Plus the force of the rock and the baddest rap.
Yo, what is Ransom on?
You don't know pain, no fear, dope game, no tears, cocaine, Rogaine, nigga, we just tryna grow here. Yeah, I'm as cold as Alaska, you don't wanna go there.
And he keeps switching up the flow and all of them are fire.
You fucking with us, you ain't got no crib.
Bro, I don't care, they had to make the song 10 minutes. They should've let that nigga keep going.
I'm too cool, I shoot you while holding my drink. Expose what you ain't. Fuck.
You know, I done held my drink so many times in crowded clubs. I think I could do that too.
So I'ma put holes in your tank. Nigga, I'm institutionalized. I came home with a shank. You're not gangster, you're just...
That's so fire. That remind me of on Don't Be a Menace. What's the nigga name that take me to jail? How they was saying how that dude was institutionalized and he think he's still in jail.
I stack paper, you sack chasing. I put your family inside a bag like they potato sack racing. I hopped out.
I wanted to react to that. I've heard the put your family in a bag like sack race. Still a punch though.
Bitches got two holes splitting my pole, and no, I'm not superstitious. I'm swimming in the pool of riches forever. And
that superstition line is a bar.
Stick together like a school of fishes.
Born to hunt when I want to eat dinner. With a gun, my pointer finger making love to the trigger. Yeah. Deep thinker, I ain't learned skills at Harvard. What the amount of money you made if you ain't making no sense? All that frontin' only made you a bitch.
Making no
and
sense.
all that
I like that.
testing the waters only made you a fish. I could smell when a Judas near. That's when I
like
shoot
that.
the clear. Got it out the mud, I used the stairs. I had a student here being
That little shoot the clear rhyme scheme hard.
made it cool to wear
Rapid
it, how
fire.
they do their hair, yeah.
Still
Look,
going.
Shea Butter Queen, the truth is here. You still broke?
Shea Butter
These
Queen
niggas
is
like to talk more
hard.
than listen. Wasting time and talent, it's gonna cost more to spend it. I think different.
Yeah, dog. That Shade Noir, the Griselda trade is not happening. These niggas' chemistry is way too good. They not letting her go nowhere. I think that's the hardest song on the album. Ransom lost his mind. That sample had that Wild Wild West feel to it, and Ransom played right into it. His first like 6-7 bars all had a Wild Wild West scheme in it. The rhyme schemes, flows. Whenever I say best rapper on the planet, I think I hear Ransom the most. Y'all know who I got? It's between like him, Mock, and Billy Woods. They all got different reasons for being that number one. You could probably throw Rock Marcy in there too. But yeah, sick verse from him. You know 38 Special had to have the punches. The superstition line was a haymaker. Sacrace probably could have been a haymaker if I didn't hear somebody say something similar to it. Shay got busy with her verse, talking, punching. I love the spar between the three, love the beat. Overall, this is a pretty sick project. Now, it's not perfect, and it probably could have been slightly better. I think as far as the production, this might be her best produced album. It's between that and Apollo Brown. Apollo Brown had more swings at the back because it was just a longer album. But it's between those two. Now, I think the rapping could have been a little bit better. Like, even though I didn't love the beats on Food for Thought, I thought her rapping on that album was a little bit better. Like, it was points on here where Shay was getting out-rapped by her guest features, and that's not really that common for her. But that said, the features performed really, really well. And I think Shay Noir on her worst verse was still pretty good. But I do wish she had a little bit more performances like her performance on Low Altitude, Brilliance, and Bad Apples. She did do a good job of keeping that consistent theme of making it to where she is today and doing everything the right way. Based on that intro, this album was her changing the narrative of what a female rapper could be. So she wanted to make sure she had substance in all of her bars. Because of that, we got less punch your head off Shay, for better or for worse. But Shay can still rap, and Big Ghost is a ridiculous producer. Not his spookiest sets of beats, but excellent job of crate digging, smooth samples even if they aren't the grimiest, and then all the drums that he put over the samples on the songs with drums were dope. No, it ain't the best album this year, but it's fire.